last league match of the day. Won the die roll. I don't like these mulligans, but since we've... Ooh, I don't like that either. All right, I guess we got to go to 5 here. Yeah, it's a keep. Definite keep. I want to bottom that, though. 4-drop with this hand does not seem all that good. But this hand is, I gotta say, it's actually pretty good for a 5-card hand. Since I can even pump hanger back plus use wild slash or leave up negate. This hand is not bad at all. Alright, so those 3 colors are weird. Aggregate's not a bad draw. Certainly an acceptable one. So I've got options now, which is good. Guess we swing. I'm going to play aggregate, so why not swing? Drana. She puts counters on herself too, right? Yeah. She is mythic. Okay. Guess we attack, right? Certainly doesn't make sense to not attack. Ooh. Opponent's just gifting us, huh? I love the gift. I appreciate the gift. I will accept your gift. All right, we're going to pump hanger back now. Because I learned my lesson in the first match. And we even have negate, which is pretty nice. Drana number 2. Well, that is still a card. Expedition Envoy. That's interesting. Well, we're going to attack with aggregate again. See if my opponent's still scared. Or still not scared, I should say. They weren't scared the first time. This time they take it. All right. So I think the plan is block Envoy if he attacks with it and get a counter. Because it's going to make aggregate big. Butcher of the Horde. All right. Can't negate that. All right. Dealing some definite damage to us here. We're not dead next turn, but we're pretty close. Sky Spawner is actually pretty good. And Tuco Husk. All right. So I guess I can stop Butcher of the Horde. Huh. Well, Negate doesn't seem to be doing so much for us here. I guess the problem with blocking with Sky Spawner is I can't tack into his Butcher. Am I still dead next turn? Let's say I block with Sky Spawner, I take 3, I go to 10. I'm definitely dead next turn. I think we just take this. Although I don't see any ways to beat the Butcher. Ghost Fireblade. So the problem is my opponent can get lifelink. So let's say I play Ghost Fireblade, equip Aggregate, swing with everything. Now equip Hanger back. Blocks there. Still not lethal. Guess we're dead unless I'm missing something. If my opponent has artifact removal, they're going to play it anyway, so I don't care if he knows about Ghost Fireblade. Maybe it'll also prompt my opponent to play some spells. Guess let's just swing like this. See, if I attack with everything, my opponent just blocks and sacks, I guess, Drana, and then gets lifelink. So I don't think that's super wise. Opponent blocks anyway. Guess I re-equip. Tuco Husk. Okay. Expedition Envoy. This is a weird deck. So we're definitely dead. Only I had a way to sack the Hanger back. Just a very strange deck, though, I gotta say. Alright. Very, very strange deck. So I can do the Arc Lightnings for Drana, but that's only going to work the first time. Disdainful Strokes for the Butchers seem pretty good, actually. Negate seems pretty pointless, I guess. So let's bring in the Strokes for the... But the problem is a lot of his stuff is cheap. Roast does not deal with Butcher. Stroke does. Impulses and Wild Slashes deal with... Well, guess we would prefer the Impulses over the Slashes since we want to deal with Drana. Although we probably want both. I think we want both. I think that makes more sense. Aggregate still seems good. We want the Strokes too, though. And we want Flyers. So let's cut a Aggregate. Let's bring in a couple Disdainful Strokes. Let's cut one wild slash. Let's bring in 3 disdainful strokes. I feel like Butcher could be a big problem. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. Or unless I... we're going to do Arc Lightnings instead of a couple Wild Slashes. Just so I have an out for Drana, I think. Easier. Just like a guarantee. Alright, let's try this. Arc Lightning also deals with the Expedition Envoy a little bit better, in my opinion. We're going to keep this. Slightly awkward hand, but doesn't seem like a mulligan to me. We find a red mana and we're fine. Still get to play a Sky Spawner. Potentially even Vile Aggregate into Whirler Rogue, which is a good turn progression. There we go. Beautiful. So now we get to go Aggregate into Whirler Rogue, which is quite nice. And we even have the Arc Lightning for the Drana. Pia, sure. I'm digging it. Okay. She's going to die. We're just going to deal with her right away. Tuco Husk. Well, we're just going to play Whirler Rogue and get in with Big Man. No need to make it unblockable. Get an Evolving Wild. Alright, so he's in Butcher territory now, but I think we can still beat a Butcher. Zulaport Cutthroat, alright. Seems like a easy block here. You can sack it to Husk. But then he doesn't get rid of our Thopter. Alright, seems fine to me. Because it does make our aggregate slightly weaker, but it's not a big deal. So, bust this out. So I can impulse the Cutthroat. Not sure if I have to yet. Swing like this. So we're actually going to impulse the Cutthroat, and the reason being, he can sack it in response and drain us, but then he doesn't get the life off the Envoy, unless he sacks that too. But then if he sacks that too, he doesn't kill our Whirler Rogue, so this seems fine. Okay. Opponent disconnected but came back. We ingested a battlefield forge. Three cards in opponent's hand. We've got a pretty good hand remaining. All right, there is a butcher. Foundry number 2. I think we're just going to play Sky Spawner. And guess might as well make our guy unblockable here. I don't see why not. Swamp. Managed to only ingest lands here. But we have blockers for Butcher. We're not in any immediate danger of dying. Do wish I had a sack outlet for the Thopter. I do in hand, but cannot play it yet. Rally the Ancestors. Interesting. So all the sack outlets. And then that's an interesting idea. So he gets to drain us. It's a crafty deck idea. All right, so definitely want to block both, I think. Although we can, I guess, afford to take the... Well, he's going to sack Drana and Sealport Cutthroat regardless. Guess we want to block both. I can still get him on a 2-turn clock with the Foundry of the Consuls, even if I don't draw the red mana. Yeah, we definitely just block. Oh, I guess he gains life. That's right, but I still think we're just fine. Well, he's gonna want to sack the Cutthroat too, because otherwise it just goes away, right? Oh, I guess he gets it until next turn. Aggregate number 2. What does that do for me? Guess we want a second aggregate. But I can't make it unblockable. We are still going to swing with it, though. Basically just hope he doesn't have another rally. I just feel like getting another aggregate out there is for the best. Oh, I could make it unblockable now, I guess. No, that doesn't make sense either. Colostria healer. Yeah, that opponent's deck is pretty cool. Opponent's deck is pretty cool. I like it. So not I guess we're not dead to another rally, but we're not in great shape to it either. That's good. Let's go Whirler Rogue 2. We're going to play it safe with the rally so we don't die. Although, how many creatures get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the sack outlet? So he doesn't have quite enough to kill us yet. So I don't think it's wise to... Although I can get in with 1 Thopter, I guess. Because I just need to block the Butcher in the air. Alright. This puts him on a 3-turn clock, I guess, which is not as quick as I want it to be. I keep hitting lands. I want to hit relevant spells. Cutthroat. All right. Oh yeah, I guess we're dead to rally regardless because of the haste. I guess I can force him to block with something. Might make more sense. Or force him to sack something, I meant. Alright. That works. Alright, so we're dead to rally regardless, which means I probably should have just attacked in the first place. Oh. Alright, well, since we are dead to rally anyway, sure. Oh, might as well leave back 1 more blocker, I guess. Like I said, we're dead to rally because of bring back Chasm Guide and getting haste. Murderous Cut. Well, can't do much about that. Well, at least that's my opponent's last card. I guess that's a good sign. I guess we're dead to Butcher now. Well, are we dead to Butcher? Yeah, I guess we are. He sacks Husk, we lose a life. So I should have left back a Thopter. That was my mistake there. Ooh. Let's say I swing with everything. My opponent takes enough where it's lethal. We're swinging with everything here. Because we can ping him in response to the... Well, I guess we can't, can we? Because... Guess I should have cracked Foundry and swung with everything. I still wouldn't have had lethal. Well, ooh. Well, that actually worked out pretty well for us. Because if he'd sacked, then it wouldn't have worked. So got lucky there. So just kind of like, okay, combo deck. I like it. It's a good combo deck. Disdainful Stroke is definitely coming in because it counters Rally too. Dispel counters Murderous Cut and also counters Rally. So that still seems good. I still want the Impulses. I still want the Arc Lightnings because Drana is a thing. Probably don't need the Ghost Fire Blades as much. They're still useful. They are still useful. Four Disdainful Strokes for his rallies, probably good enough. And it also counters the Butcher, yeah. And the Chasm Guide. I think we're gonna be satisfied with this. Yes. Hand we can keep. I like it. Sky Spawner into Pia and Kieran. We're just going to have to hope that is good enough. Hangerback. That's a good one, too. Alright. Husk is less intimidating than Drana. We're still going Sky Spawner here. Sky Spawner, pass. There's a Butcher. Not bad. So I guess we swing with Sky Spawner. So I'll trade a Sky Spawner and a Fiery Impulse for a Butcher. Yeah, it's a good trade. And I guess we'll pump now. No, I guess not. If he wants to use a Murderous Cut on our Hangerback Walker, sure. We haven't seen spot removal from him, so I think this is still okay. Okay. All right. Do I want to block this? Get 2 tokens. No, I guess we'll take it. Because I can pump next turn too. So we're going to play Pia and Kieran. Ooh, that's pretty good too. So the reason to play Pia and Kieran is I can kill Butcher the next turn. That's a pretty important reason. All right. I've justified it. Being able to kill Butcher is pretty big. Okay. So play the land and swing in with these guys. All right. I guess we're gonna blow up hanger back. Didn't have to do that, but it feels okay to me. All right. So I've got 7. Guess we blow up Husk. So I can get in with Pia. And I guess we go aggregate here, just in case of board wipe. Hair specs, okay. Wow. All right. Well, did pretty awesome in our league today. Went 3-0, so there's still 2 matches remaining in the league, but I'm just going to save that for another the next video series, I guess. So we'll pick up where we sort of left off. It is the nice thing about league. You can just play the matches whenever you want, within some designated like month or 2-month period or whatever it is, I think. Actually, we could take a look here. League closes January 25th. So as of today, which is the 13th, we have 12 days to finish this league. Or I don't know what the difference between closes and ends is. But yeah, we went 3-0, which is really good. Deck played extremely well for us today. So hope you enjoyed this little series. I mean, this is definitely more competitive, although admittedly the last 2 matches were pretty unconventional decks. So hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next few league matches.